Neil Howarth then, pre-Aldershot away. Neil, what positives can the outfield players take from Tuesday night's game? Because there should have been plenty, but the result might sort of just take the gloss off it for them.
Yeah, we had to respond after Saturday's disappointing game, which I think we did. I think from the first whistle, they showed an intent and a purpose to perform well, and to put in as good a performance as they could. And I thought we took the game to Oxford. We created plenty of chances. Disappointingly, we was only one goal up, but it was a performance that we needed after last Saturday's game.
Does it sort of show the need to actually cash in and get more than one and get two and maybe three goals when you're in that sort of ascendancy? Because there were other chances and you could have killed the game off.
Yeah, of course you do. You want to, while you're having a good period, while you're on top, in football matches, you want to try and score as many as you can. Sometimes you don't, it stays 0-0 and then the opposition nick one, and you find yourself a goal behind. But, we did score. The good pleasing thing was, as I say, we were creating chances and we managed to stick one of them away.
And Wesley Thomas seemed to be like the one chance. It was only a half chance, but great loop on the header and just shows the rich vein of form he's in.
Yes, he was disappointed on Saturday against Bury, as were the rest of the team. And I was really pleased for Wes that he got in the right area again, that he seems to have a knack of doing. And there's much more to his game than just scoring goals. But when he works hard, and he's as good as anything in the league.
Can you press the game that way when you go to Aldershot this Saturday? Because obviously there's a different dynamic from playing away to what there is at home.
Possibly. We've not done so well away from home. We changed the formation for the Chesterfield game. We're trying to get a system of play where we can be perhaps more effective away from home and pick more points up. Whether that means we'd play a higher pressing game or perhaps sit off a little bit more than we would do at home, that's what we've been deciding over the week, and that's what we'll see come the weekend.
And of course Tuesday it was a 4-4-2 rather than the diamond. I suppose it does show that there are options, and there are various different ways of Cheltenham playing.
Absolutely, yeah, nothing's cast in stone. The diamond did very well for us earlier in the season, especially the home games. And you do get dictated by personnel that's available at times, and I think against Bury last weekend, without Frankie Artis and Josh Law in that diamond formation, we weren't as effective playing that way. We changed it for Tuesday night against Oxford, and we produced some football that has been, for the first half especially, as good as anything we've played this season.
Does it almost mean that if JJ Mulligan's in the team, you can't play the diamond?
No, not at all. He's played the top of the point. He's as I say, last week against Bury, he was on the right hand side of it, and it wasn't as effective. But that's not JJ. We know JJ can play it wide. He's an attacking player, and sometimes if you give people like him and Junior and Wes and Sean Jeffers and Jeff and whoever else is playing, if you give them licence to sort of just express themselves and play with a freedom, systems don't really come into it too much.
What have you made of Aldershot's home form so far this season? They've kept it pretty tight and not won too many at home.
They're, for me, Aldershot are a good, solid team. As you say, they've not been, they've not got the greatest home record in the league, but I think come the end of the season, they've notoriously done well over the past seasons at home, and it's a very difficult place to go. It's a big old ground. It's a large pitch, and they've been difficult to beat over the last couple of seasons, and it's a tough game.
Injuries? How's the squad? How's Josh Lowe for starters?
Josh Lowe will hopefully be training before the weekend. I think Frankie and Martin won't be available at all, but we'll wait and see how Josh gets on the next day or so.
Was Josh's injury just taken a little bit longer than perhaps you and Mark had expected?
It's as we're talking today, it's been 2 weeks today, which for the kind of sort of strain or grade 1 or 2 tear, whatever it was in his calf, is about the norm. So it's Tuesday was too early for him. Saturday might hopefully just be in time. He might be available.
And were there any other knocks from Tuesday?
Nothing serious. No, just 1 or 2 bumps and bruises. but you know, Wes had the injured lads in yesterday, and he'll be having a look again at them today, and we'll take it from there.
Finally, Neil, I've got to ask, because no one's told me yet, why are we talking to you today and not Mark? Mark's not been struck down by some mystery illness or anything, has he?
No, not at all. He's a busy man. He has courses coming out of his ears. He's got other people and not more important people to speak to. But you know, he's got things on. But he's asked me to do it today, so there's read nothing into that.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Cheers. You're welcome.
Neil, you spent a lot of time going through the DVD after the Bury game and analysing what you need to do better. But after Tuesday, will you just be telling them more of the same?
Yes. I mean, there's some basics that, you know, whether you're playing football, wherever you play, home or away, if you don't do those, you know, you won't win games. And I think they were the issues on Saturday against Bury that we never did, and that's why they needed reminding. I mean, we can sit down with the DVD on from Tuesday's game and, you know, show them, you know, some of the good points. It doesn't have to be a stick, you know, the DVD tool. It can be a carrot as well.
And you've already beaten Stevenage, you won the conference last year, and drawn against Oxford, who came up last year, and Aldershot, another one of those clubs you probably came up against a few times when you were at Kidderminster. Yes,
they were the season they won it. We played them first game of the season. They travelled to Kidderminster and they beat us 2-0, and from that first game of the season they kicked on, and they were, you know, they deservedly won the league that year. As I say, they've had some success, you know, the last, you know, from winning the conference and a good season last year. And they're a big club. They're a hard team to play against, and it's a difficult place to go.
Yeah, and going back to the formation of Tuesday, how much did having the Michael Pook and David Bird in the middle sort of allow you to get the wide men into the game? And it looked pretty solid in the middle, didn't it, with those two there? Yes,
it does. As I say, if you're doing the basics well, you know, everything else follows. And if you're willing to work hard, if you're willing to do the nasty things in the game, you know, like tackling and run hard and be aggressive and you know, get the better of your opponent. I always believe that your passing and your forward play and your formations and whatever else takes care of itself. And I thought Michael and David Bird did that part of the game really well on Tuesday.
Yeah, you've lost your 100% home record, unfortunately, but now, you know, it'd be nice to get the first away win now and break that run.
Yes, absolutely. We obviously do want to get an away win as soon as we can. For no other reason than it'll take us, you know, a few places up the league, no doubt. But as I say, it's a difficult place to go, but we're going there with no fear. We're going to try and be positive and you know, and just see what Saturday brings.
Cheers, Neil.